Okay, I think I'm running here. I just want to make a video about home water pressure boosting. When I went to do mine, pressure in the house is probably about 40 pounds, which is not too great, really. It's okay, but for washing cars and stuff, it's kind of a pain in the butt if somebody turns something additional on. You're kind of sunk. And so I have town water, and the water pumps, or not the pump, but the actual, what do you call it? The tower is right across the street, but it's a matter of physics that water pressure, I believe, and this is just what I've learned and understand, so I may not be 100% right, but it makes sense to me, is that you get about a half a pound of boost per foot elevation, so it's a matter of physics. If it's 80 feet in the air, I get 40 pounds. And there's plenty of volume there, but the pressure's not where I wanted to be. So I did some research and ended up with the Grundfos scala2. This is I'd call it a smart pump. It has a microprocessor in it. A lot of the pumps, real quick, they basically do a set pressure boost. So if you have, let's say, 30 pounds coming in the house, that maybe is a 35-pound boost, you end up with 65, and you can put a reducer after and control that, but it's really a set amount of boost. Also, there's limitations on how much pressure could come to a pump. A lot of pumps, you'll ruin them if it's too much pressure coming in, which is still a low amount, but it can be too much. This one is a smart pump in that it can handle a wide variety, and I don't remember exactly, it's been a little while since I installed it, but pressure coming in, so it could be low pressure up to pretty high, and then you control, it doesn't really matter what's coming in as much, you're going to control how much you want coming out. There's a little touchpad, and you just press the arrows up and down in small increments. I think it's like 3 pounds, if I recall, it boosts each time. So here's my setup, and this is not the only way, I'm sure. This made sense to me. So my water coming in from the town, I have a one-way valve, should be there. This is a pressure reducing valve. It's all the way open to 75 pounds, but just in case I was to have too much pressure coming in, I would not want to ruin the pump. It's expensive. That's overkill. I kind of overdo everything. So what happens here in this setup is the water comes in, it would normally just go straight up to the house, right? I made a little side circuit with these valves. So there's a valve here. You can see I did all PEX, super simple and easy. I was going to do all copper, and I just went PEX, and it's, of course, fast and quick, and it's great. And anyway, so water comes in and goes up to the house. What I do is, now you can see this valve shut off, so the water keeps going. I open this valve, it goes to the input on the pump, it boosts, and then back out. So if there's ever a problem with the pump, you can just shut these two valves off, disconnect the pump, open that valve, and I'm just back to normal house pressure again. So this pump is variable boost, I believe, up to 145 pounds. So what I did was put a pressure reducer after it, open to 75 as well. So that would be the maximum the house could ever receive. This thing is capable, I think, of 145 pounds. So God forbid the processor went haywire, it went crazy on boost and would blow the house out somewhere, and I'd have water. So that's just, again, my maybe overkill, or maybe that's the way to do it. I don't know. I'm not saying this is the only way to do it, but again, it made sense to me. I also put you can see about 52 pounds right there. So I put a little meter in, so just so I could see where it's at all the time, so I can just touch the touchpad and put it to whatever I want. It's winter time here in New York, and so I'm not washing cars and things like that, so I really don't need a ton more pressure. So anyway, the pump, this is one of the first ones that came into the country. I got like the day it went on available through Grundfos. I used a Rochester, New York dealer, Sewart Pumps, S-I-E-W-A-R-T. There's a fellow there, and I can't think of his name. Very helpful. I paid quite a lot for it, about $1,000. I think you can get it online for about $700 now to the door. So I did pay a lot more. Again, it was probably one of the first couple that made it to the country, and I went through a local dealer, so it was very pricey. It's very expensive for a pump because the other ones, are not necessarily smart pumps, so they're set boost again. This is really cool. So it just keeps stepping up pump pressure. No one's using the water, otherwise it'd turn on. It's quiet, but what happens if I open one tap, let's say, it boosts to maintain whatever pressure I set it at. If I open another one, it boosts, another one. It's supposed to be able to do up to 8 taps open. It just keeps boosting itself up and down. The processor senses the water pressure change and just keeps adding or reducing boost. So it is a smart pump, and it is amazing. There's about a second delay when you turn on a tap. You get normal pressure for about 1 second, and zzz, you feel it ramp up to boosted pressure. It's really quiet. It's in the basement here, so it doesn't really matter. You hear my geothermal running behind me, but I mean, I guess even on normal floor, if it was in a closet, it wouldn't be invasive at all. It is really, really nice. So anyway, I hope that helps. And this is the first video I've ever posted, but again, when I was doing my house pressure boosting, it didn't seem like there was any really good explanation, so I hope that helps.